Developing remotely doesn't have to feel remote. With JetBrains remote development, you can run your full IDE on a powerful server and interact with it from your local machine. In this video, I will show you how easy it is to connect to your remote development environment via SSH, set up the IDE backend, and start coding just like it's local. Let's start by connecting to a remote machine via SSH. JetBrains Toolbox handles the setup for me. I will import the connection parameters from the local SSH configuration and connect to the remote machine. Now I can install the tools that I need, either the stable build or any other available version from the list. Let's try this with the nightly build, why not? Now let's start the IDE client. The thing client connects to the remote IDE backend and I can open a project. For this demo, let me clone a repository from GitHub. When the main window opens, the IDE looks very much as if it's running locally. But there is one new widget that you will notice on the top left. Here I can see the performance data about the CPU load, memory usage, the disk space. But the second tab is where I can configure port forwarding, and this is a very important feature. I can map the ports from the local host to the remote machine and vice versa. We will need this later in the demo. And there is more tabs with the diagnostic information and settings for the IDE. Since the remote machine I have connected to is brand new, I need to install the JDK. This is actually very simple. IntelliJ IDEA will help me with that. And now everything is ready for me to work with the project. I have a full experience that the JetBrains IDEs provide: code completion, debugging, testing. And with Junie AI agent, I can take it further. Let's ask Junie to help to implement a new functionality in the project. The agent runs right inside the IDE, assisting me with development tasks, and no matter where the development environment lives. Now I will build and run the application, and the application runs remotely on that server. Now the port forwarding functionality will be really handy. I will map the local port 8080 to the remote one so that I will be able to access my remote application as if it's local. And even more, I can debug the remote application as well. So let me set a breakpoint just to test it. And I will use the built-in HTTP client to send the request to the remote application. And the breakpoint hits. That's it. I can now step over the code in the remote application as if it's local. And that is it. A complete remote workflow with JetBrains remote development. Remote setup via SSH, full IDE experience on any machine, IDE-powered coding assistance, seamless port forwarding for your running application. Build anywhere, code anywhere. Enjoy.